I haven't been stumped yet today, but you could do that pretty soon. Okay, very quick video. It is Wednesday, 9:50 p.m. It's not perfect. Nothing is though, and that's the beauty of life. I'm about to play a gig with 2 other guitarists. Everyone's on electric. Tonight, everyone's running direct. Usually that's not the case. Usually it's like 3 deluxes set to 666, like stun mode. JD Simo settings with the greenback. I'm going to talk a little about how I manage playing with this band, in the sense that it's 3 guitar players. That's heavy. Like, there's a lot of listening that needs to go on. It's me co-fronting and singing, Bud Wilson fronting and singing, Andrew Poe co-fronting and singing, and then on bass is Joe Tedesco, beautiful boy. And then on the drums is Ethan Left, but he's out tonight, so we got James Reed. I just drove past James. I was like, aren't I playing with you tonight? He's like, yeah. I was like, cool. James and I played together a few months ago, and I had it. There's an example of a guy who's new to town and is just going hard on learning tunes and playing correct and everything. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, you know? I've had an energy drink. It's crazy. I'm just keen to play. He's hanging out for me, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna talk about what it is to play in a 3 guitar band a bit, but I'll put this in tomorrow's video. So I'm gonna go do the thing. Cheers. Tootsies, who's got a cold one in their hand right now? Get it up in the air as high as you can right now. On the count of 3, I want to hear everybody in this bar scream, "Happy Hump Day, bitches!" On 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy Hump Day, bitches. Didn't hear what you said, Andrew. Yay! My favorite. Thank you, Andrew.
Who is that?
Tootsies, I need every voice in this entire room singing this last chorus with me. Come on, right now. You ready? Give me a hell yeah if you're ready. Will always stand will always recognize when we see you.
This is the example of a dude who knows how to sub on a gig. You rule, James. Joe likes James. I like James. Hell yeah.
Okay, I am exiting the garage. 20 minutes to the house, but oh, my neck. But I'm not going to the house. I'm going to the Waffle House, which is a waffle home. Yeah, so I had a really fun gig. That's just a great gig. It's just the boys, and we just get rowdy on some music. It's 3 guitar players, so like, who's soloing now? What part are you playing? It's really interesting, because normally you're one guitarist on Broadway, playing a lot of parts. If you're lucky, the singer plays acoustic and knows their rhythm spots. Maybe the singer has an electric but just plays rhythm, or maybe the singer plays lead too and you swap back and forth. Sometimes you play with a keys player, sometimes you play with a fiddle player, sometimes you play with a steel player, sometimes you play with fiddle and steel, which is just, oh, it's so nice, it's amazing. But look, the thing is, it all becomes being about knowing your place in the music and in the song. At any given point, you should be aiming to serve the song, and if you don't know how, then you work to figure it out. I sometimes feel like I don't really know how to serve the song, but I feel like I'm getting better as I study more music, you know, and try my best. Yeah, I'll put some clips. You know, we took some silly solos. At the end, there's no one there, so it's just the boys having a laugh, sorry. But something I really think about in that context is, you know, you've got 3 guitars, so maybe someone's strummy, 3 electric guitars. Someone's strummy, someone might be doing a thing, and often, you know, I might just go back into accenting a point like Rosanna. Bum, 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 but da 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 dun, 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 but da 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 dun. So I was just going bum, bum, da da, bum, ba da, and it was helping the note pop a little and giving like Steve's part like a little more life in the context of no piano or keyboard or synthesis, etc. And I thought that worked, and I'll post the clip. And you know, the mix might not be fantastic, but also like, this is another point. If you see this, I've put valued production into videos before, and perhaps feel like people weren't as into it, and people seem to be digging that. Like, I'm just filming myself talking at the camera. I don't know, maybe should I work towards getting a mic setup going or something when I'm doing this, or are you guys cool with this? Do you like this? Or should it be a mix? I mean, I want to make some documentary style things and like kind of essays I write about, you know, like I've got some cool topics I want to talk about. 2000s pedal boards is a big one. Really kind of obsessed with that era of like, everyone had a DL4 and an RC booster and a Boss BD2. And like the weirdest pedal you'd see would be like a Zvex or like a King of Tone, or like my teacher had a Blackstone MOSFET overdrive, which I haven't seen one since in person, I don't think. That thing was cool. Blackstone Appliances, I think they were called, which sounds like a kitchen company. Yeah, I'm going to do a little video on good old Tom too, my teacher. You know, great bloke. Something, I'll tell you this, I guess, before I launch into the kind of video for the day, because this is the beginning, you know, the nighttime gig, and then we're gonna see some friends tomorrow, hopefully. I don't want to spoil the surprise, even though you're not gonna get the surprise anyway. Oh yeah, before I talk about this, we had this drummer tonight, James. James is fantastic, and it was James' first time on the gig, and we warned him, hey, we do stuff pretty cool, but like we're pretty loose, and like we're not worried about like this is a band to practice stuff. If you make like if you miss a note, you're not getting a call back. So it's just like the boys playing music. It was his first time on the gig. We did a bunch of stuff he didn't know. He had to put a chart up for whatever. But James's feel and time is fantastic. But like, as far as a first time playing with the band, dude, that guy just knows how to do it. He was cool, calm, collected. His tempos were great. played in overplay. He let us do our thing, and yeah, he was really sorted. So shout out James, dude. You're awesome, and I appreciate you so much. And I really loved his attitude to playing and his feel, and I really loved his approach to navigating playing in the context of this band. Him and I played together a bunch a month ago, and we were like, oh, we gotta get coffee. We've both just been so busy. Which, sorry, that's another Nashville topic. There's a cat I've been meaning to drop something to for like 6 months, and it's just like, when will we see each other? Last time we saw each other was in like California or something on a road gig. Okay, I want to mention something really kind of special to me. There's this bloke who stopped me. I had just gone to talk to someone, and this bloke stopped me. He's kind of just talked to me. He's like, hey man, I saw your video, 6 gigs in 2 days, and I'm visiting Nashville, and he's like, oh, I really enjoy your playing and stuff. And he said he'd comment. I don't, if you do, mate, I really appreciate it. I'm probably going to get this wrong. I remember your name being Phil, and I'm really sorry if that's wrong. But he was just a lovely bloke. He's telling me about seeing Steve Lukather. He met Van Halen's dad, and yeah, I thought that was super cool. Like, Van Halen's dad was like, you know who I am? It's like, dude, your son's the biggest guitar player in the world. I'm like, yeah. But just, it was really cool to have someone say they saw my video, and like, I almost kind of don't know how to react to that. I just was kind of like, oh, like, well, cool. But it's like shocking. But it's really nice. Yeah, mate, you really made my night with that. That just made me feel like I'm doing something that's worth keep doing. So yeah, what's other news that people should know? I don't know. My dad been texting me. Oh, this is a cool story. My dad texted me. He's in Sydney right now, and he went to this record store, Repress Records. It's owned by my mate Nick. And he walks in, and Nick goes, "Oh, Cameron's dad." It's been years since he's seen him, but he sent me like heaps good selfie of them, and he bought a bunch of cool obscure stuff. But it reminded me a lot of a story I have. I was talking to my teacher last night, and I think I should probably do a video on this, but I think lineage and history are really important in music. Also, my drive home right now is like dead empty, and this is one of my favorite things in the world is when there's just nothing, no one here, just drive home. I think lineage and history is really important in music. I think when I moved here, I studied who everyone was and what they did and what guitar they play and all this, and I still do that because I really obsess over just knowing things, right? But when I moved to Sydney, I was 18, and I wasn't ready to live alone, and I wasn't ready to live with other people, and I wasn't ready to move out of the house, and I had very poor self-survival skills, and I thought I was all that, but I was just hiding an incredible amount of insecurity, smart person with no application. Wasted talent. That's a great way to describe it. But those were very formative years for me. But I remember I used to go every Friday. I would finish class at 3, and I would catch the train to Newtown, and I would go to Repress Records, and I'd hang out for a couple of hours with Nick, and we'd listen to some really weird stuff. And Chris owned it at the time, and Chris had put on really cool records, and you'd go and the Red Wiggle Anthony is buying like a black metal record, or like on Strine's Dinu Barton, or something weird, and it was just a cool little shop, and I'd always be hanging out there. And I remember once I was like, oh, I'll walk down past the Enmore Theatre and I'll go for a bit of a walk and I'll see what's going on. And I was just hanging out, and I remember walking past the bar and going, oh, that guitar is just insane. And there's this guy called Rex Go, played in Air Supply, like an Australian session legend. And it's really interesting because, you know, I mentioned that bloke to Tom, who's Tom Shepherd, Australian bloke, my teacher growing up, one of my best mates. Came to my wedding and everything, you know. He's like, oh yeah, Rex is amazing, blah, 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 blah. Rex is a beast. But like, I talk to other Aussie guitarists like, oh yeah, no clue. So I guess it probably won't get a ton of views or whatever, but I'm definitely going to make some videos about like lineage and history, and perhaps talk about the, you know, the players Nashville doesn't. You know, there are some really mind-blowing telly players in this town who don't get enough attention. And if I can get one person to find them and go, yeah, that was real hip, that's all I need. So yeah, look, I don't know. Rambling. I'm good at it. I had a really fun night playing music with my friends. I had a really fantastic experience meeting that bloke. I just got to share a really cool story and wax lyrical on a part of my life that I was for a long time remiss to talk about. But now I'm really excited to talk about, and I miss it in many ways. But Rex Go, I should probably include a link down below. But it was to me, it was really important that, sorry, I didn't make that point. As a 18, 19-year-old, I was able to walk past a pub and go, oh, that's Rex Go, and go and be like, oh, mate, you're Rex Go. Like, I love your playing and I love your work. And he's kind of like, oh, thanks. But he's, you know, if he walked past you in the street, no one would have any idea who he is. But like, I'm sitting there going, oh, I know who you are. You are what's up. Like, you are a musician. Rex Go, mind-blowing player. Anyway, it's 2:45 a.m. I'm going to the Waffle House with that young Eddie Ripper, Mr. Alex Santiago. I'm gonna wake up and do it all again. I've got a 6 to 10 at Layla's tomorrow. Meant to have the day off. Moved the day off to Sunday. Probably end up picking up some, knowing how I am. But any chance I get to play Layla's I take, because it's just amps on 6 or 7. It's really fun. I can't lie, it's really fun. It's really, really, really fun. So yeah, all right. I will talk to you in the morning. Also, last thing, Tootsie's was packed with Irish people. Don't know what's going on, but like 40 odd Irish people, all separate groups, all just happened to be here at the same time. I thought that was real cool. My family's Irish, first Australian in my family. Everyone else is actually like Irish, born, raised there, still live there. So it's always really nice to talk to people from Ireland, especially who know about the part my family hails from. Yeah, that's it. Pasta Midnight Oil Pizza, my favourite name in Nashville because I love Midnight Oil the band, but also just a good piece as well. Anyway, I'll keep this rolling in the morning. How about that? Cheers. Good morning. I am headed at 12:41 a.m. to Bill's Sandwich Shop, baby. I went one time last week and realized that this is the greatest place in Nashville. And now I'm gone. They keep the craziest hours. Thursday through Saturday, it's like 11 to 3. And then Sunday, it's like 11 to 2. So, Bill does not care at all. Bill's like, sort it out, figure it out, get your stuff together, mate. Honestly, I respect that. I think that's awesome. But I'm going with an old friend of mine, Mr. Gregory Lancaster, who owns a company called Franklin Straps. Greg and I have known each other forever. Sorry, this is what being a Nashville musician is like. I finished at 2:30 or whatever. I went to the Waffle House, and now I'm waking up. As much as I prefer getting up early, I need those 8 hours. So Man, I have used Franklin strap since about 2008. Remember, I got one. You couldn't get them in Australia, but I got one. It was just my favorite guitar strap. And Juilliard's School of Music did like a jazz camp in Melbourne, and I got accepted and went. And afterwards, my parents were like, hey, we'll stay in Melbourne for a couple of days. And I left I don't know why, but I guess I took the guitar strap off my guitar and I lost the guitar strap. I was actually really upset. I don't know what I used after that. I think I got my hands on another Franklin, a different one, an adjustable one instead of a fixed place one. But in 2017, I randomly decided to send an email to Franklin Straps and be like, hey guys, what up? I love your stuff. I have used it forever. Can I buy something at a discount or whatever? I don't care. But I think I just was like, hey, I love your stuff. I play for this artist. Sorry, just nearly got hit by someone in front of me. And the artist was Michael Christmas, a Boston rapper who I ended up becoming roommates with, and he tried to call me last Friday. I need to call him back, and he won't see this probably, but I'm gonna send it to him anyway and just say, I love you in Indy. I'll call you back, brother. I'm sorry. But Greg responded and he was like, hey dude, I actually know who Michael Christmas is. I'm a big fan of the collab he did with Mac Miller, Hold Her Hand, and I love What a Weird Day. And I was like, oh, that's like, what a small world. And he was like, man, give me your address. I'm going to send you a bunch of straps and whatever. And he did. And I just suddenly had like all these really cool guitar straps. And he was like, oh, I have this custom color. Like, you can just have it, man. Like, cause I have a old 66 335. Post on my channel, but maybe I'll do a video talking about it and the story behind it. It's me. There's always a story behind everything, right? He gave me like a black 2.5 inch wide strap with red stitching. I was just like so stoked. I rode that strap into the ground like it was actually crazy. But since then, I've been a very proud Franklin strap endorser. Now he knows right now I'm using the Musician's kind of lightweight strap. But that's just because I've played so much, my shoulder and back issues are getting there. But I think I've prodded enough that they're finally going to start working on perhaps one of those kind of straps, like the cable-free guitar or whatever, but it doesn't look like a clinical, like a medical device. Like, it actually looks nice and stylish. That would be cool. I think that would be cool. I think aesthetic is more important than people realize, especially in guitar. Like, no one buys a guitar purely for function. There's a part of you that thinks this thing looks boss, like this is ace. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna link up with good old Gregory. I'm gonna put him in this video, and he's gonna love it. No, I got to shout out Franklin strap. They're my favorite straps ever. That will never change. We have talked about it for ages, but I think we're finally going to do like a strap with the Rucaster logo on it. If you buy a Rucaster guitar, you can get one. Someone commented and asked about shirts. Feel free to find me on Instagram or wherever and message me. They're $25. It's just an embroidered shirt. Yeah, I'm about to do a big order of shirts tonight. So I'll, drum it up. All right, I'm gonna focus on driving as I hit the highway. See you when I get to Mills. Sunnies are going on. All right, I'm here with Greg. He's brought me some presents. Sick. What have you got?
Lighter capo. Oh,
Tennessee action, baby.
that's right.
And my favorite. Hell yeah.
Sick. All right, I'm gonna give him a whirl. I'm gonna give this a go. Good to see you, mate.
Good to see you too.
All right, I'm headed home. Drop food to the wife from Bill's. Unreal, dude. Unreal. I had this crazy, I'll link Bill's below. I had this crazy sandwich, and then I got my wife this really good one. It was like this fried chicken with a really nice slaw, really good sauce, bunch of greens on a beautiful brioche roll, and I was best sandwich in Nashville. That or Tower Market and Deli. Tower Market and Deli are family, so I that's the love there. Anyway, I'm driving home. I've got my Hank Juniors on, as you can see. That's what we call Sonny's in one of the bands I'm in. Love Hank Jr. Have you ever, okay, this is one. Have you ever heard that song, Whiskey Bent and Hellbound? It's kind of like Bandy the Rodeo Clown in that, you know, it's a heavy song. You've got it, you first. But the thing is, it's like, that song's really brutal. To me, it feels like Hank Jr., like just saying like, I'll never be my dad. I'll never match up. And I just, the song kind of breaks my heart, you know, just hearing Hank, you know, and then there's him doing Your Cheating Heart, and there's the video of him and his dad, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know, man. I feel that makes me really just sad, because Hank Jr. is so amazing at what he does, and he's probably my favorite country singer, male country singer. Female, it's Leanne Womack singing Never Again Again. First time I heard that, I broke down crying. It was so beautiful when it hits the 3/7. It's just powerful. There's a song to study. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you this cool thing. I was at Bill's, and that's right near Matthew Hoops, 1981 Inventions, who you guys saw before. Now, I love the DRV. It's unreal pedal, but I was like, hey, I kind of use the gain on about between 0 and 3. Like that's my comfort spot with this thing. I noticed that's a lot of other people's. So I went to Matt and was like, man, can you please mod mine so it's like the gain at 5 is actually like the gain at 10. So it's just a more usable sweep of low gain, and we're going to experiment with that, and then replacing maybe the tone knob with a high and a low cut, maybe like a mid switch or mid knob in there somehow, but like just kind of getting the idea of sound in my head into a physical form. And I'm really happy to have someone who is knowledgeable enough to help me with that. It's a feature of Nashville is that because we are all here, we're all able to contact each other, right? And people have often asked me like, oh dude, you know this guy and you know this guy, like how do you know him and how do you do this? And it's like, I just messaged him. I messaged Matt months ago, last year. And then recently it's just like, hey, I never followed up. Let's hang out. He's like, all right, cool, come by. And I came by, and now I've seen him 3 times, 4 times in 2 weeks maybe. But yeah, I literally just popped in for 5 minutes to give him a hug and leave. And yeah, it was like it's just good. He's a good dude. And as you saw, I got to see Gregory, and Gregory is like the best. Like everyone, I keep saying everyone's the best, but like I just love these people so much. Also, this reminds me, I'm passing an area here that has this spot called Gorilla Biscuits, and it's run by Zach Halfhill. It's a vegan biscuit spot in Nashville, and a lot of people, I'm sure, like, oh, it's vegan, blah blah blah. But like, dude, I've been a big boy my whole life. That biscuit is the best thing I've had. Like, that's the best biscuit I've had. Best gravy. Oh, they had hot chicken week in Nashville, and he did like a hot chicken gravy, and I had it over this cheddar cheese biscuit, and I was just sitting there like, dude, like, this is unreal. Maybe I should talk about food spots in Nashville. I'm definitely kind of like, once I find a spot, like that's my spot, and I go back a lot, but like, I think I know some like cool spots maybe I could share with you. Anyway, I'm gonna put some more gig footage or something in here. I don't know. Right now I'm just kind of driving around. I'm going to meet my mate Max Rossetti for coffee. We've talked online, but this is actually our first. We've met, but it's our first time like hanging one-on-one. I'm super excited. That dude is like a phenom of a guitar player. He can, like, his shredding abilities and his technical prowess is genuinely mind-blowing. I saw a video of him playing Frank Gambale's Frankly Speaking, and it was just like, dude, that is like, it's scary how good that dude is at the guitar, like on a technical level, you know? But just like, super nice bloke on top of it. No ego at all. And I love I love that he doesn't play Broadway, but he posts these videos that are kind of like, you play Chattahoochee on Broadway and he'll just play the most ripping, like, diminished lick, like shred solo with distortion, and it's like, hell yeah, brother. Like, he's just poking fun, but it's in like a healthy way, and I really appreciate and like that. So anyway, I don't know if he'll be in this or not, but we'll see. But I'm gonna keep on keeping on. It's so beautiful in Nashville today. 27 Celsius, high of 33, low of 20. Bro, I don't want to be inside. Oh, I want to be outside practicing. I used to do that during COVID. That was fun. In the park, you know. Boston Commons. Hey, so I'm just doing this quick video. Very short one. This isn't like a day in the life or anything, but I am going to upload one of those. This is just a thank you to everyone who's watched a video or commented or liked or subscribed. I've had a hard time my entire life feeling validated for being a musician. Within myself and for others, I've always kind of been the bottom of the drawer when it came to stuff. Although it's not much, getting 1,000 views on a video to me is crazy. Getting 20 likes on a video is crazy. Getting 3 comments on a video is really crazy. I love my job. Sometimes it's really difficult. Sometimes you break down about it. Sometimes you get so stressed you want to quit. Sometimes you know, crash out on stage or something terrible happens and you just, you know. But I'm so thankful that I get to do this. And it doesn't matter if I'm playing with, you know, my dream gig in the entire world, or if I'm playing a random gig on a 6 to 10 somewhere. I'm so thankful to play guitar, and I'm so excited about guitar all the time. I think guitar is the coolest thing in the world, and I'm really happy that other people do too. But the outreach people have had, commenting, subscribing, liking, leaving kind words, I don't really know how to express my thanks. I'm getting a bit emotional here, so yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's interacted with the videos I've made. It's I'm just trying to give an honest look into the job I do and the life I live, in the hopes that some kid's going to find it and go, I'll move to Nashville, and that kid can go on to be like the next Brent or something. And that would be, if that's my contribution to the world, that's my contribution. Yeah, I'm just a dude who loves the guitar so much that I moved countries to play it. I'm really thankful that people are interested in seeing what I'm doing, because it just feels really nice. So yeah, thank you everyone. I don't know how to say it. Thank you for getting me to 500 subscribers. That's unbelievable. Thank you for listening to me rant. Thank you for the people who've paid attention, and I feel very seen and heard. I just wanted to thank everyone So, yeah, I'm gonna go, and I'll be uploading another video later on tonight or tomorrow, which has got like gig footage in it and all that kind of business. So, yeah. I don't know. Go play guitar. It's just cool, man. Guitar's just cool. Alright. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you again. Seriously, thank you everyone. Alright, I'm at Tone Central Station with Max. He's thinking about getting into the semi-hollow world, sponsored by PRS.
Right. Yeah.
I really like the headstock on that. It's nice. The binded headstock, bound headstock. Alright, Max can play some give us something crazy. Is that Frankenbali?
It sure is.
Okay, do that again. Okay, please do that slow. I'm stealing that. I'm Lincoln, Max. You're gonna check this cat out. Unreal. All right, I am leaving Living Waters Brewing, which is just the Guitarist hang spot in Nashville. Like, you show up and it's next to a guitar store, Tone Central Station, and it's just unreal. Man, I just hung out with Max, and dude, that guy. Okay, I'm gonna put a clip right here of him playing a PRS semi-hollow and playing some stuff that's like stupid clean. So, all right, I've done that, so it feels weird. But, dude, we talked about playing downtown and stuff, and guitar, and just like, you know, growing up. And dude, that's like such a beautiful example of the community in Nashville, where we met outside that coffee shop a week ago, and it was like, hey, like, Spider-Man, like, I know you. I think we follow each other on Instagram, and we've talked, but we've never met. And then we go and get coffee, and, you know, I've just made a friend. And it's like, that's so sick, dude. I made a friend today, you know? Like, we're gonna get together, and I'm gonna hassle him to teach me how to. He can do the like, I've got a little bit of the Frankenbali thing, but he's like spent time on it, and it shows, and it's really beautiful because he's combining it with hybrid picking, which I don't know if anyone's done. Maybe like Marshall Harrison's really into the Frank. I think by default he can probably do the Frankenbali thing, but I love Gambali. There was a joke I had growing up. Did you know in the Australian alphabet there's 2 G's? And you go A, B, C, D, E, F, H. Gambali and Gar said, I don't know why I said H. You know, I think I did. Well, that was a bit of a silly mistake, wasn't it? Anyway, that's what life is about. I always think back to a good mistake is there's this Metallica solo, can't tell you which one, but there's this crazy sound at the end of it. It's because they had a speed loading Floyd Rose, and the G string popped out the end and made this big boop, and it like through the amps and all the tone, it made this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna go play at Layla's. Usual deal, I'll show you my setup. Running the Tone Master Deluxe today. I don't mic up when I'm at Layla's, so that's good luck. It's loud, boy, but it's so fun. You know, I got to have a really fantastic chat about the misnomer of the Dumble sound, and perhaps people's understanding of tone today at Tone Central Station, and it was fun to express my opinion. And maybe I'll talk about the Dumble thing, because I think I've been granted a unique experience by way of my teacher growing up and his abilities to voice amps and understand electronics. My teacher, Tom Shepard's the kind of guy who played one chord on my AC30 and said, oh yeah, this is what's wrong with it. And like, I went and got that fixed. Like, he's that kind of guy. Like, played one chord on my Marshall, like, yeah, something's wrong with the Marshall, and he's right. Can voice an amp and do whatever. He's beautiful, 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 beautiful guitar tech, beautiful musician. I do plan on doing a full video on him someday, and I know you'll see this, Tom, so cheers. You know, maybe I'll put a clip up at the very end of the video. I'll put up a bit of a clip of he sent me of him just messing around playing with a Nobles pedal through this little amp he built. It's like magic. I've got some kind of bug in here. That's fine, he's not hurting anyone. He's getting in the way of the camera though. I'm sure everyone's very upset about that. I am. No, I'm kidding. So I'm gonna go play this gig. This video is gonna be another long one. If you watch to the end, you're very appreciated in my eyes. Also crazy like me, because I don't even watch them to the end. They're my own videos, man. Look, I don't know. I'm either leaving something for my wife to watch someday, or my kids, or my family in Europe. It's really kind of for them and for my parents, you know, so I miss my parents every day, man. I don't get to see them very much. I didn't see my mum for 6.5 years. And I guess if they can watch these videos and have an idea of what's going on, then that's really cool. It's a nice thing that I'm able to provide. So, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go set up for this Layla's gig.
that good, huh? Let's try that again. I said, how we feeling out there, Layla's honky tonk? All right, we want to do a little crowd check-in with you guys, okay? We want to do something to holler and a swallow. That's what we want to do, okay? I'm going to teach you how to do it if you don't know how.
Boys.
On my count of 3, I want to hear...
All right, so I finished my gig, and I just want to talk about it real quick. I played at Layla's, 6 to 10. I'm tired now. With Kyla Sullivan and his co-front Monique Smalls, who I've never played with. She's fantastic. She's a lot of fun. Ika on drums, Rob on bass. I mean, that band is just, it's just fun, you know? I get to fill in when my friend Ben's out, and I just like, we've played together as a formation, the rhythm section, a few times, and we're just really starting to lock in, and it feels, I don't know, it feels really good. We had so much fun just playing, like, we played some ridiculous stuff, honestly. Big extended version of Amos Moses, and Kyla has such a deep voice that you'll do songs in crazy keys. He drops Beer Never Broke My Heart a 5th, and it sounds like a happy bounce, like da-ba-da-ba. It's like, yeah. Yeah, Beer Never Broke My Heart. You know, anyway, it's very fun. If you can see it in the background, check out the elevators are currently broken in the garage on this side. Ominous it looks. Oh, it's like something out of Silent Hill or Resident Evil, you know. Maybe they can make a cool video game level. 211 Nashville Garage. Oh man. All right, I have to apply my parking code real quick, and then I'll keep chatting about the gig. All right, so yeah, the gig was just super fun, man. That band is killing, and it just like they as a musicians allow so much space for me to open up and do my thing, and I'm just so thankful for that, because as a rhythm player in that situation, I feel like I get afforded a lot more opportunities than perhaps the standard rhythm player would. And you know, it's just a fun gig. It's not like it's fun because we have fun, and we're a bit silly, but it's not like, it's not silly in just like the absolute like childish way. Like, we'll imbue things with certain melodies, or like musical kind of jokes and tidbits, or like play funny licks, or like licks that reference the words of the song, and like have a breakdown about that. And we have a couple in jokes we've started off, and you know, just like silly things. I love messing with people. It's like in Australia, it's just how you let them know, like, oh, I'm a fan, like you're fine, you know, but not in a bad way. You know, people be like, oh, where are you from? Like, oh, Alabama, mate. Fife, Alabama, you know, where everyone saw the same set of aliens and had the same story. And they're like, oh, wait, hang on. And just silliness, you know, just being a silly bugger. Anyway, yeah, I really had a fantastic gig. Really great time. We were tight, and it felt really good. And there's a bloke on a bike in the car lane now. He's going on the road. Good job. That's a fun thing that happens. Yeah, the whole thing was that the gig was just it was really exciting musically. We did so many cool things, and had a really a band felt really tight and really good together. And I think that's the most exciting thing for me. Like, surprises came out of all of us, and everything felt solid. I felt like I played a lot more tight and consistent than I usually do. Although I made like lots of, you know, mistakes. I always make mistakes. It would be like learning to, you know, taking the opportunity to learn how to do the whole Miles Davis thing of like, you play the wrong note, play it again. But, you know, really like just trying to justify musically when perhaps you end up somewhere you're not. And that's something I really enjoy as a guitar player, is the opportunity to solo in a way that paints me into a corner, and I'm forced to get out of it. And I often find when I do that, I'm really able to like start learning, you know, what's in my head. So notice that coming out a lot more, and it's a great way to learn parts of the fretboard perhaps you don't know. I played a slide solo that I was okay with a quarter of it. Finally, I'm not a particularly good slide player because I just started on the journey of playing slides. So if anyone has advice or anything, please let me know. I did study with like a master of the slide, David Tronzo, but I use the slide technique, but I've just only recently really been digging in, and I'll have to send this off to Tronzo. I have to do a video on him. That man saved my life, and I mean that literally. I owe him everything. Yeah, so look, I had a great gig. This is just another day in Music City. I'm not gonna try and be like only in Nashville, because like, here's the thing, I lead a bit of a ridiculous life sometimes, just like meeting people and doing things and opportunities, but a lot of that happens through virtue of the fact that some people hate that I say it, I manifest it, but I also I'm not afraid to fail. And I think that's the one thing that if I could imbue on anyone who ever listens to me, is like, you just can't be afraid of messing up. You're gonna fail eventually. It's like, the better to take the shot and fail than not. But like, genuinely, like, if you're like, how will you know? You know what I mean? Like, it's like I used to hold myself back from learning songs. I'm not good enough, I can't do it. And it's like, that's such a small feat. But like, I never thought I'd go to Berkeley and move to Nashville, and I never thought people would care enough to watch my videos. I don't think you have to be the best ever, because subjectively, what is that? But I just think you have to care and want to care and be a good person, and things just kind of fall into place. I'm very active about reaching out and trying to make friends, because I just like meeting people. That's the thing. I'm not a networker, and I don't really do that whole game, and I'm not into playing games or anything. But I really like, I don't know, like people, like someone else today was like, oh hey, I play downtown. I love your YouTube videos. He commented on my thing, and I was like, oh dude, and he came to my gig. I was like, oh, there he is, like awesome. And now it's like sick. We'll go hang out and whatever and all that. But like, yeah, I don't know, if you want something, you've just got to go get it. That's a really cool Stephen Wilson Jr. poster near the cookout. I don't know, I really wish there was another determinate way to say it, but it's like, if you want to go get something, like, figure out how to get it. It's like, almost look at the start and look at the end and fill in the middle. I would like to be able to do this on the guitar. Okay, well, this includes these 5 things. Journal, meditate, pray, try and do right. And, we all have our lots in life. Like, we all are on a path that's determined in some ways, I guess. Whether you believe it's through God or the universe or fate. But I feel like it can be swayed, determinant on your actions in the current moment. And that's like a whole topic to get into, but yeah, I just think that stuff's really cool to think about and fun to think about. I won't lie. So look, I'm gonna go and eat. I'm parking. Yes, I'm at cookout. Sorry, I haven't had it in forever, so whatever. Yeah, I just think, I'm really happy that people enjoy seeing my days and maybe enjoy what I'm talking about and can relate. I can't really play a character. I guess I tried when I was making more produced videos, but it never felt quite right. Like, this feels correct. I'm just appreciative of everyone who likes, comments. I'm really excited. A bunch of people said they're coming to Nashville, and hell yeah, I can't wait to see you at my gig. I can't wait to meet you, and yeah, very cool. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what to title this video. How to have a heaps good time. All right, I'm gonna go eat and go home, and I'm ordering a bunch of shirts, Rukast shirts to make. So, yeah. All right. Cheers.